Hey folks, welcome. This is Fun Watch, and today let's talk about gangsters. Gangsters are members of gangs or professional criminal organizations who are known for their involvement in the conduct of acts prohibited by law, especially assassination. Most of these gangsters have become infamous either because of the severity of crimes they committed in the past, the fashion through which they assassinated their victims, or because of the popularity of the people that they killed. Here is a list of 10 extremely notorious gangsters in history. At number 10. John Dillinger. Throughout his life, John Dillinger got involved in several crimes. Among them were the robbery of about 25 banks and police stations in the United States as well as the murder of several people in East Chicago, Indiana. He rose to popularity during the Depression era of the United States, and was then considered as the most notorious of all notorious criminals in the country. He organized crimes and fought head-to-head against the FBI. At number 9. Frank Costello. Known as the Prime Minister, Frank Costello was a crime boss and an Italian criminal who was also one of the most popular mob group leaders in the United States, particularly in New York. He also led the Lower East Side gang of the Manhattan while he worked for another notorious group, the Morello gang. Costello, together with Luciano, became parts of the Sicilian mafia family and became involved in the operations of rum manufacturers. At number 8. Arnold Rothstein. A businessman and a gambler, American gangster Arnold Rothstein was the organizer of corruption in professional athletics, particularly the fixing of the 1919 World Series. Dubbed as the Brain, Rothstein was also the father of one of the most infamous Jewish mobs in New York. He also established and operated a casino and was greatly involved in the smuggling practices along the Hudson River and the Great Lakes. At number 7. Enoch Johnson. Known as the unequaled leader of the political machine that ruled the governments of the Atlantic City and Atlantic County, Enoch Louis Johnson began to rise in power when he was elected as the new sheriff of the Atlantic County Republican Mexican Committee. He led a notorious organization involved in prostitution and gambling and was an advocate of the vice industry of the United States. At number 6. Lucky Luciano. An American mobster, Lucky Luciano was known as the father of modern organized crime in the United States as he was the one responsible for the splitting of the country into 5 mafia families. He was also the one who established the first commission in the United States and was the head of the Genovese crime family. Americans today acknowledge him for his organization of the national crime syndicates of the United States. At number 5. Billy the Kid. Also known as Henry Antrim, Billy the Kid was a gangster who had his own murder victim at the age of 18. He was a 19th century gunman who became involved in the Lincoln County War and was known for his unparalleled skill in handling firearms. Throughout his life, he killed a little less than 30 people and stole several horses and cattle. First-hand sources say that Billy the Kid killed only those he thought deserved to be killed. At number 4. Al Capone. More commonly known as Scarface, Al Capone was an American gangster who dedicated his life smuggling liquor and involving himself in prostitution. At a very young age, he became a member of a notorious gang in New York and engaged in different illegal activities such as bribery among government figures. A few years before he died, he led a Prohibition-era crime syndicate and was brought behind bars on account of tax evasion charges. At number 3. Jesse James. A gang leader who got involved in several bank and train robberies and murders, Jesse Woodson James was the most famous member of the 19th century gang known as the James Younger Gang. He used to be a Confederate guerrilla during the Civil War and was normally likened to modern Robin Hood. He is believed to have been actively involved in the atrocities committed against the Union soldiers during the Civil War. At number 2. Griselda Blanco. Known as the cocaine godmother, Griselda Blanco is a pioneer of one of the biggest cocaine drug trade in Miami. She spent her childhood to adolescence as a pickpocket and a prostitute. When she grew up, she was indicted on federal drug conspiracy charges and was sentenced to be incarcerated for 10 years. Inside the Miami jail, she continued to run her cocaine business with the help of her secret underlings. And at number 1. Pablo Escobar. A Colombian drug lord, Pablo Escobar controlled several drug empires and murdered thousands of people around the world. He led one of the most powerful and feared criminal organizations to have ever been assembled in history and had power over several empires of mansion, airlines, and gangs composed of soldiers and notorious criminals. He hired several hitmen to kill police officers who were in pursuit of him and paid millions. Crime rate in Colombia rose dramatically during his time. Thanks for watching. For more of these videos hit the subscribe button below. Till then, ta-ta, bye bye, take care. Have a nice time.